Okay, in continuation of teaching some basic hieroglyphs, I guess, or discussing them. Some of the easy ones. Here's a really easy one. Oops. It's something like that. And sometimes you see it, and bear with me because I never do any particular amount of squiggles. Sometimes you see it like that. So this is obviously, well, it's water. This is also used phonetically as the letter N. Sometimes it's used as a preposition. Sometimes it's used as part of the word no. But it's often used to refer to water. But more often than not, you'll see the combination of three representing water. And when there's three of them together, the word for water is mu. And you'll see that come up a lot. The word for river. Oh yeah, and the three together will come up at the end of words that have to do with water. So, the word for water is itru, and that's drawn out I, or E sound, T, R, W, an U sound. And then you've got your three squiggles. Ooh. And then a sort of little symbol that has to do with land or geographical things that would be on a map. And then this symbol is a channel, so water in a channel, itru for river. Another basic one that comes up a lot is a flag. Or it's supposed to be like a flag outside a temple that would have some symbol relating to some deity. And I just screwed it up. There you go. And that's the word for God. Nature. A god, the god, it could be any number of those things, depending on where it is in the sentence. And the way the Egyptians pluralize something or talk about many of one thing, as you see up here, is by putting three of them. So, and generally, when there's three of them, you have a W sound on the end. So this is Netcheru, gods. So, water, but this is like plural water, mu with an U sound. Each ru, lots of water, U sound. This is the W. Here it's just implied. This comes up a lot, and now you can recognize it more often if it's some sort of religious text. They're going to mention the god by name, though. And there can be many different ones, obviously. Here's a very simple one as well. That's house. And that's pair, or dwelling. And then when you want it to be read just as house and not at the end of something. Okay, well, how do I explain this? This can be used on its own, or it's often a determinative at the end of a word to give you an idea of what that word's about. So, if it's just for house on its own, there's a little dash underneath. And it could also be in words like, oh, here we go. It's an ah sound, sort of. That, at, kind of. There, that's when it's not being pronounced. It's at the end of this word, at, or hot. I'm not very good with those sounds. And that means room. Like a room of a house, or a department of something. It's also found in a very common word, which is something that the Egyptians used to argue about in their literature, religious literature. This is Set, which means seat or place, and it's usually used to refer to seat or place of office. Not necessarily throne, but this is the kind of thing that comes up that over and over again in texts. They're talking about Horus and Seth fighting over whose place is it as the next king of Egypt. Okay. Then I think I showed you the symbol before. It's a little staff. It's a mace, actually. And it's hedge, which means white, brightness. Oh yeah, for dawn, like the brightening of the land. That's another word this will come up in. But if you draw the pear symbol around it, oops, I should just do it over here. That symbol is pear hedge, which means a White House, which is a treasury. And I thought some of the American friends might get a kick out of that. Oh, I'm going to break this up into 2 parts, so here we go.